underdogs. We're here, and we're here to stay. But where do they stand on the leaderboard after such a massive game?
Look at that.
Was that 10 eliminations to seal the deal with the victory royale?
Big shot there onto Malabuka at the end. Tasting a mustache, win game 4. I love it. I'm a fan. Everybody, if you know me, you know how much I like to see Tayson do well, so I'm going to keep my mouth quiet before people call me biased. I'm very impressed, though. A big victory royale.
Yeah, but being impressed only means so much. You need to have that leaderboard placement to back it up, and only the analysts can break down where everybody stands.
You know, first off, before we get into anything, let me welcome our analyst for the second set of games. That's right, it's the best taco. It's Jenny Smiles. I feel like EU has been the story of like solos. It just seems like every time we look at a duo, it's always like someone's missing. They're left to fight on their own. Are you guys feeling like that's kind of what's happening here?
It's a little bit expected with how haphazard I think that the Shockwave Hammer has really just resulted in a lot of these individual scenarios coming to fruition. But on that same note, despite the fact that we're seeing so many solos from these duo pairings, we're still watching numerous clutch situations take place.
Yeah, like you just said, too, those clutches are so important, too. If you're a solo in endgame, you're just thinking, I don't really care as much about eliminations. I just need to have a good placement there. So it's just so important to make sure that they can be aware of their surroundings and make very vital movements and get that placement.
And I think as far as Thomas, HD, and Malabuka were concerned here, they got caught up in a lot of this congestion in the low ground because of the control that we saw from Tayson and Mustache up on the height layer. Unfortunately, Thomas and Malabuka, they were just too busy trying to maneuver their way. And the worst part about playing on this low ground in the late game scenario is that you don't know which build is actually going to have somebody hiding behind it. And ultimately for Thomas, a bit unfortunate there at the end with that shockwave out into the zone, but ultimately still a great performance, I think, from those two.
That hammer is it's so good, but it is also so back and forth sometimes. Like when you hit it, you're like, am I gonna go completely out of the storm? Was it the perfect hit? So it was so back and forth, and that was, it was just an unfortunate little event right there.
That's right. Now we turn our attentions here to the standings. We got to see how things are shaking out. Remember, we only have 2 games left to go here in week number 2. Albie and Ludwig still sitting pretty comfortable, right? Sitting at the top. But Mustache, Tayson, they have something to say about that.
And matching points right there, you can see it. It's definitely looking so good, up 3 points. And again, I just think you'll see Tayson and Mustache continuously do so well and thrive in game this week. It's going to be great.
Obviously, yeah, placement points are definitely important, but as far as Mustache and Tayson are concerned, when they were able to overtake that height layer, initially we saw Queasy and Vino up at the start of the first moving zone. That was 6th zone, but Tayson, Mustache, as soon as they were able to control this high ground, again, there's just so much congestion actually taking place on a lot of these low layers. No one really had an opportunity to actually look up and do anything about these two controlling height. Even when they ran relatively low on builds, we saw Tayson there at the end with only 1, but again, when you have everybody trapped underneath, you're able to easily sandwich them, and I think that that was just the performance that you kind of expect from such an experienced duo.
That's right. We keep turning our attention. I mean, look at all of this. This is shifted up and down, and these little placement markers are still helpful, right? To just tell us how many placements people are moving up and down these standings. Now, with only 2 games left to go, I'm looking at people like Seti and Cammy, right? Duos I would have expected to just be sitting somewhere in your top 3, but they're actually getting forced down. EU is extremely chaotic here in week number 2.
Yeah, so again, like you said, that was Ramai's for set 2, but they're playing so consistent. That's what's really important. You see, like, they're making the moves, they're making plays that are very smart and tactical, and that's where you're gonna see they're gonna make sure that they're in top 10. But then you also see you have your standings for 11 through 20, and those teams are gonna be saying, all right, I want to get to that top 10. How can I make that happen? So it's gonna be slight adjustments. Again, you can see some of these teams up 10 plus points. So that will just continuously go up.
I think part of the reason why we're seeing duos like Seti and Cammy, who are notorious for being such consistent performance, struggle here is because of the fact that the Shockwave Hammer, again, it's such a volatile meta that we're not really seeing consistency in terms of placement be the real reigning factor here. It's actually those individual pop-off performances. And what I mean by duos having their individual standout games, because Albie Ludwig, I think, are a perfect example. I mean, they've got 28 elims, and I think are a huge part of the reason why they find themselves first as far as in-game points and placement points are concerned. But again, we're seeing other duos also rise to the occasion, and Pink and Nebs are one that definitely come to mind.
Oh, yeah, I agree. I think that they're performing so well. And like you said, just making sure that you're taking care of Surge in the beginning of games, making sure that you can have smart rotations end game is just going to set you up for such success. And again, holding on to like the weapons that are going to get you through those builds, get quick little eliminations, those extra points all matter so much.
Yeah, and I think, you know, the talk of EU is going to continue to be adaptability, right? These duos that are shifting, making those adjustments they need to, are going to be moving up the standings, and there's only 2 games left to go. We actually got a sneak peek there, 20th place, Firehunter and Grolls. We looked at those series point leaderboards coming into today, and they were on the bubble, and now they're thinking, with only this week, 2 games left, next week, 6 games there, we have to perform well if we want to make it.
Hey, we're past the halfway point, so it's time to see who can finish strong.
That's right. Well, hey, I know what y'all want. Y'all want more games. All right, let's get into it then. We ain't got to wait much longer with 2 games left to go. Who's going to make it in that top 10? This is game number 5.
Game number 5, the penultimate game. One of the last chances these duos will have today to make their mark, to stake their claim, gain some series points and make it to the FNCS final.
Yeah, and for some, it's a crucial moment in their journey because Zeke talked about it. Being on the bubble going into that final week is not a position any team really wants to see themselves, because that's not a feeling of comfortability. You're really going to have to dig deep into your pockets. And with game number 5 ready, the time is now.
The players have got to dig deep into their bags and whip out an absolute masterclass. The time. Where we already saw Pixie get picked up. I don't think he knows. I don't think he knows Delay is right there behind that tree. He doesn't. And Delay, very patient, but unfortunately does get spotted out, and so that will be the end of him.
I love the patience right there. Try to turn it around, but now Axe Force Vortexers, they get themselves a Shockwave Hammer. They got themselves early game Surge. Great setup for success is POTUSI and an X Squeeze. They didn't find that early game elimination, but they did push that team off. Making sure that all that loot is theirs, and you keep it kind of splitting up, spreading out, making sure they get as much as they can from Brutal Bastion before they find themselves outward. Grolls and Firehunter probably doing the same on that side as Merstash and Tayson rotating. It looks like they're actually looking for Vico here. They know that fight did go down. They saw the eliminations pop up in the feed. They're just trying to figure out where in the world is Vico.
That's what we're all wondering, right? Where in the world is Vico? And will he be able to survive against a team that has the hot hand right now? Coming off of that victory out, I'm sure they're looking for more. Whether or not they do, though, they've definitely already solidified a spot high up in the standings. So that allows them to just sort of play freely. a bit more loose, not as tense as maybe they would have been a couple games ago.
Don't really know what Fred Nex was thinking, going up and over. But when you have the confidence, when you have the hot hand, can't really bet against you. As Marius now just trying to think of what am I going to do? How am I going to get him back? He asked the question of where is Vico? Well, found him sitting in the bush, just waiting, biding for time. And you can already see through his mini-map, the zone pulling a little bit to his north, a little bit towards his west. So that's a little bit of a great sign for him, knowing that Tayson and Merstash, the contested players on the other side, are eventually going to have to rotate in that direction, which will allow him to possibly get that reboot and the card back on up, getting his teammate back into the game.
Albi and Ludwig, still the team to beat right now. And for good reason, their play has been very impressive today.
Averaging just under 9 eliminations through the first 3 games. Only picking up 2 in that last game. Trying to play more consistent over everything else. They've got the points throughout their first 3 games to really allow them to switch up their play style, be a little bit more flexible in the moves that they want to make, along with Seti and Cammy here. Slow to start the day in terms of eliminations, but they ramp it up as the day goes on as Chardy and Gitter has returned to the scene of the crime. Mara's trying to go for the reboot, and that's going to be a mistake he's going to regret here in the 5th game. They go back to the lobby, and they have plenty of time to think before that 6th and final game starts.
Yeah, they made quick work of that. Both attacking from different sides. You don't know where to look when they strike. Rather cleanly. Vico, though, still waiting in this bush. And the coast is definitely not clear because there are players in this vicinity that he has to sort of wait out. We'll be hoping that nobody wants to check this bush.
Could be a possibility later on in the game. The time is definitely ticking for him. The fall from grace from Vino and Queasy, starting the game off hot in first place. Slowly but surely slipping down, but that's not too much to worry about. At least for me, these guys are experts. They know how to turn it on at a moment's notice as Vico finally gets spotted out. Now going gets tough, 1v2 situation, not a ton of resources to work with. Trying to use that push to his main advantage there.
got the nerve for him. How so stupid, you can't even do anything. Idiot. It's so bad. Yeah. Ah, stupid. Voice this show. Oh. What? How I die? Who shot me? Stupidest game I've ever seen. What? How? No, it's not. How I die from that? Nobody shot me. Game's so weird. Full swap mode. The stupid donkey. Shivery timber! Stupid. And most people go for that one. So it costs nothing. Why the price tags on it? I don't. Why did I choose this shotgun? It's probably. I have to admit it's kind of good. The pump is better. Má kiềng trăng trăng yeah. I just I just found it. What? Super Idol visa for my king, dang dang, mommy, get clap, she bop. Stupid. Super Idol, I don't want you on my team. My boy old. I gave him haircut. What? This game is so weird. I played up. I'm not saying you'll kill me again. You will be my kill. Idiot. Stupid. I'm gonna look, but get on my team, you idiot. Get on my team, you idiot. Stupid. I'm about to pump after this. The reloading thing is annoying. Aye! Stop stealing my kill. F you. Idiot. Oh god, man. Nobody getting any of my kills and nobody killing me. I'm taking. Wait, no. F you! Nobody care about you. I'm taking this opportunity. Bro, why you want to be on my team? Go on someone else's team. I don't want you on my team. Go away, nobody cares. F off, Epic. So where was this her, Epic? Epic! Now I'm off camera. Nobody killing me and no one's stealing my kills. Idiot. But Epic, where my gun go? Gun go. My gun meant to be in inventory. I don't see it in inventory. Stupid. But of course he win. If it let me bring my gun out, we would have won. But Epic decides to be weird and take my stuff like that. Not having that happen again. What am I talking, right? I should better start now. I was here be mad. Bro, get over here, you squiggly dinkly octopus. Big fat minkly dinkly Cornell dingle nose bingley. God knows me and knows doing my kill. Now that I know what's happening, I just need to change my gun to that and then I'll win every round again. Stupid. I always forgot again. I mean, this time, oh my god, nobody's killing me, and nobody's stealing my kills. Bro, man, stealing my spot. I'm the silver section, because I like the silver section. You fucking girl! Shut the fuck, nobody like me. What the heck? Of course, no, nobody's killing me or stealing my kills. And especially when I'm in the green section. I don't even know what to do. You squiggly tickly McDonald's thing. Oh, shut my ass. You stupid gun. My gun. It needs to be put on that spot. You're off like this. There. I don't get time for that. That's not happening. You're lost, Ocean Free, Dog Water, where are you going? We had no idea where he was going. That's just sad. That's just too sad. Yeah, you wanna join my... No, nah! Bro, what the fuck? And I also clearly pressed this there. Fortnite. But go back. Just wear Mando then. Don't be wearing that crusty skin. The crusty skin if your name is Bounty Hunter, then wear Mandalorian. Or Boba Fett. Stupid. Yes, that pepper is... Timothy, F capital T on me, finger space 21232. Shut up. I'll just space. Let's go down. If I like still like a dance for me, I'll probably never see them. Did I just blink? They're blinking! Ah. Bro, my camera, stop it! I want the basketball hub back in Fortnite Creative or something.
The other games, just like you're saying, you're like, okay, we can go again. All right, these are the adjustments you're gonna make. This time around, you gotta wait a whole week to even have that plan be possible. You gotta qualify to get there. Assetti and Cammy doing what they do best. Passive, looking for that early game surge, setting themselves up for a nice spot before they build their tower high in the sky. Luckily for them, they don't got too much rotating to go, unlike some of these other teams. Talk about not rotating, talk about towers high in the sky. Squeezy and Vino are building a skyscraper unlike ever before seen in the game so far. Spotting Groles out into the distance. And I don't like the look of this for Groles as he gets spotted out. Vino is going to go ahead and use that shockwave hammer, try to close the distance. You see Groles about facing. He's trying to run, reunite with Fire Hunter over towards Brutal Bastion. And I think that's going to be a success for them. They just escaped treacherous waters.
Treacherous indeed. You saw the intention from Vino there. Whipped out that hammer. Very, very scary sight. The Groles. For Watson, Robot. They're in the midst of a fight here. One of the teams that's sort of been middling in the standings. A big last game here would